Main Road, Premiership venue once more. The toughest transition in football, completed by a manager who's restored lost pride and with it resurrected self-belief. A team used to losing, transformed into one who never gives in. Joe Royle has moulded a side whose ambition matches his, whose steely determination mirrors his own unwavering focus. They are the original Royal family. A family with thousands of close relatives whose dedication merits the title the game's greatest fans.
I'm absolutely delighted to be at a club the size of Manchester City, and I hope to show the fans and the lads and the manager in particular what I'm all about.
The left flank strengthened further by Leeds' Danny Granville. And new recruits included off-field reinforcements. Lara Croft, the glamorous figurehead of club sponsors Eidos. Pre-season expectation gave way to opening day reality, as City were soon reminded of the Division 1 demands.
Morrison gets to that one, and a brilliant save! What a save by Stowell.
Well, that's a good battle, isn't it, between Flo and Morrison. Morrison angry, thought he'd opened the scoring.
This is Kevin Muscat. Layoff by Robinson, a beautiful one to Robbie Keane! And Robbie Keane's deadly finishing proves yet again why he's Wolves' most prized asset.
Played into space. There's no offside and a real chance. Here's Horlock, unselfish, and it's Gota who puts it in. Dickoff was there as well, but he couldn't get there. Gota did. Played in by Kennedy. Aims for handball, and the second time actually. A second chance for Kennedy to cross. Well, he's gone for goal, and scores the goal. Tiato looking for Dickoff. Mitchell Thomas is the favourite, but Dickoff doesn't know the odds. Now that's surely a penalty. It is. Dickoff earns the penalty and shows the value of never giving up. It looked like Thomas was the favourite. Dickoff, as ever, doesn't know what a lost cause is, and he wins the penalty. Kevin Horlock against Paul Crichton. Only one winner. City's marksman from the spot has his sights well on target again. Kennedy, confidence oozing from him. Getting cheered every time he's involved. That's right across the face of the goal. Reaches Horlock. And there's Taylor. Unmarked. Inside the 6-yard box. Number 4. You can sense the expectation every time Mark Kennedy's involved in any move at any time. Here he is again, working it onto that favoured left foot. Brilliant from Mark Kennedy. Their second league fixture against familiar foe Fulham at Craven Cottage. A match remembered for the game's most bizarre sending off. The referee's report of Andy Morrison's hijinks must have made interesting reading. In the next fixture, by contrast, it was the whole Sheffield United side who got the licking. Another Kennedy corner to test Sheffield United's resolve. Was that a hand? It surely was. And referee Phil Richards was well placed to see it. Well, it looked blatant. And what on earth was Sean Murphy attempting? Kevin Horlock's not complaining, and scores. And Manchester City at last break the deadlock. They've been threatening, and at last they have breached Sheffield United. Well, that's an awful back pass. Gota's got to be favourite here. Tracy's coming out. He's caught Sean Gota. Was it in the area? The assistant says yes, it's a penalty. Now Phil Richards has a decision to make. One he already has made, it was inside the area. The second, that it was a professional foul, and it's 10 men for Sheffield United. No question about the foul, but it was just outside the area. And Aidan Davison's first task will be to try and thwart Kevin Horlock. So Horlock looking for his second penalty of the game. Easy. Davison sent the wrong way, and his first touch will be to retrieve the ball from the back of the net. Oh, good turn from Gota. Space opening up in front. Dickoff. He leaves it. Kennedy. Good save by Davison. Kennedy again. Sheffield United all over the place. And another great effort, clipping the bar. Well, they're at 6s and 7s now, and City can sense it. More space, more time. Cook with the ball in. Second chance, maybe. Flick on towards Dickoff and Kennedy! Mark Kennedy finished with a flourish and celebrated in style. Sheffield United are really at ends with each other. They don't know where to go next. Cook back in. There's time, there's space, and there's Gota. And it's just a matter of how many now. Cook wants the return. Gets the return, and Dickoff! Paul Dickoff thrusting out the right boot. City are just toying with Sheffield United now. Here's Terry Cook. Raking ball into acres of main road space. Gareth Taylor now. The crowd are loving this. Lovely dummy by Kennedy. Gets it back from Whitley. Picks out Dickoff. Oh, off the post. Everything but the finish. Great football from Manchester City. And his corner. Get it away as far as Whitley. Kennedy once more. There's no offside. Taylor! Number 6.
Oh, we had Europe mentioned already. Third game of the season. You know what it's like here.
Bishop. Now Michael Brown. Cook in on the blind side of Thomas. Oh, that's a sensational goal.
Kennedy now with an opportunity to stretch the legs. Dickoff peeling away one way, Gota going the other. Kennedy going alone! Well, what can you say about Mark Kennedy? He scored a magnificent goal here last season for Wimbledon. This one, even better for Manchester City.
There's Kennedy. City struggling to get the ball out of defence, but now Kennedy runs it away. Gota ahead of it. He's lost Manini. He's got a chance. Oh, well done, Sean Gota. That was individual brilliance. Kennedy carried the ball, but his strength and his pace took him past the Italian defender. Hardly any backlift. And he whisked it past Crossley. Kennedy skips past the defender, powers in the cross. Gota again, readjusts. An acrobatic attempt from Sean Gota.
It's their third corner in succession, Crystal Palace. Certainly their best spell of the game. Bradbury, and it's gone in. Clinton Morrison. Bradbury have enjoyed that. He didn't score the goal, but he sets up the goal, and Morrison breaches City's defence. Kennedy's corner. Met by Jobson! Whitley. You can see what he was attempting. It didn't quite come off, but Cook can retrieve the situation. Horlock off the post. Taylor, it's in. Gareth Taylor.
This is Jason Dodd. Horlock skies it away, but Southampton keep bouncing back. Jobson goes for the ball. It's Hassan Kashlul. Stopped once by Weaver. He stopped superbly a second time. Kashlul again. Jobson clears, and Weaver gets his body on top of the ball. Kennedy turns the defender with ease. Puts in a wonderful cross. Ball's for Gota! How close can you get without scoring?
Edger. To Yato. Nice layoff by Horlock. Now Dickoff went for the corner. Good save by Emerson. Still not away. Kennedy, and Gota scores. The win put City top. A pattern was beginning to emerge. Clean sheets, Gota goals, and on the left-hand side, Mark Kennedy's mercurial wing play. His crucial addition to City's effective formula, creating a whole new dimension.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Everybody's made me feel welcome at the club, and the manager, the staff, all the players have been great bunch of lads. And probably most importantly, the fans have taken to me and been very good to me.
His career really had gone into a stall, if you like. I mean, here he was at 22, and people were talking about him as an underachiever. And I remember him at Millwall as a kid, this fantastic ability, and Liverpool recognised that by paying £2 million for him.
People saying about, you know, will you proving people wrong and that. I'm not out to prove anybody wrong. I'm out to prove to myself that I felt I was right all along. And as far as, I think if you start doubting yourself, you're in big trouble. Maybe it's because I'm a cocky little so-and-so.
I call him the dancer because when he's in the pitch and he's moving, he's like, you know, Freddie Stair, he's dancing. So I call him the dancer.
He's taken to the crowd. The crowd absolutely love him, and they love wingers here anyway.
I find it difficult when you look at people and they score and they don't celebrate. And I go mental. I go mental when I put a cross in. I run off on my own. The lads go and celebrate the goal score. I run off on my own. So it's a great feeling. It makes you feel good. You're happy in that, and you want to show the fans that you appreciate them as well.
Bishop. He really has been at the hub of things, Ian Bishop. Spraying passes around, this time it's for Kennedy. Again, looks to look around, Lundek found the header. It's from Paul Dickoff, and Manchester City are in front. Now Oakley. Bit of space in central midfield. Reverse pass too for Mark Hughes. Almost came back for Saltfed, and the penalty has been given. And the City players aren't happy with that. Jason Dodd against Nicky Weaver, and Jason Dodd scores. Forward by Lundekvam. Wouldn't come down for Hughes. In the end it came back for Matthew Oakley, and Saints are in front. Again, no, Lee Crooks was tight to him. Benali's cross. Wouldn't sit down though for Mark Hughes. Might sit down for Matthew Oakley. Already scored one tonight. Matthew Oakley! He's now got two, and has that put the game beyond Manchester City's reach? Pietro. Nice reverse pass for Kennedy. Might get a cross in, does so. Half cleared by Salford, comes back for Ian Bishop. Sticking shot by Bishop, Sean Gota! And City are back in this match. The left foot of Kennedy once more. Good in, swinging deep ball. Comes back for Gota! And City have drawn level 2 goals from Sean Gota. Mark Hughes is not too sure what Rob Harris is calling him over for, but whatever it is, he's got a red card for it. A tussle with Edgehill. And the referee is obviously suggesting an elbow in the face. Richards goes up, Dean Richards, and it's found its way into the back of the net. And this crazy game takes another twist.
Certainly been a great tempo about the game. Now here's Vilnius. And Johnson! David Johnson! The former Manchester United man, oh, he'll love that. Dickoff. Good first-time ball, and a great first-time finish! Sean Gota, City are level. Clapham finds Croft, and it's a hit, Jobson, and it's spiralled into Nicky Weaver's goal. Ipswich lead through, well, a real twist of luck.
Here's Dickoff. Gota arriving, as is Whitley. Jeff Whitley has given Manchester City the lead. But the goal has been ruled out. Fleming and Jackson into the penalty area alongside Lee Marshall and Roberts. Weaver elects to punch clear. Dalglish, who's overstretched and given the ball away to Gota. Gota with Kennedy up alongside him. The pass had too much pace on it. Kennedy has done well to get there. Gota up, missed his header. Here's Whitley. And a drive on Bishop, which comes back off the post. Gota has put the ball in the net. And again, Manchester City have a goal ruled out for offside.
I'm still waiting for the linesman to send me an apology letter. He said he would. He said when he saw the video, he said he'd get in touch with me if he was wrong, and he was wrong. But I've received no letter, so maybe it's in the post.
Jeff Whitley, Crooks. Now Horlock is at the centre of everything at the moment. Crooks, wonderful movement. Chance for Whitley. And again maybe, it's Bishop! That's the goal he's waited almost a decade for. His first goal in his second spell at Manchester City. Richard Jobson stretching those old legs. They call him Grandad at the club. Kennedy. Dickoff, back to goal. Bishop, 2! Rougier. Richard Jobson's in his shadow. Rougier spins Jobson well. Here's Foyle. And a glimmer of light for Port Vale. Now Kennedy. Skipping down this left wing. Kennedy's cross. Comes shot. Stopped by Musselwhite. Whitley. How on earth did he not score there?
To be honest with you, when Cookies knocked it back, I actually thought that the ref had blown his whistle. So I've, just gone for it, and it's actually come off my shin, and it's just gone whoosh, straight over the bar. And I've turned around, and he's not blowing his whistle, and I thought, oh my God, so what the ground to swallow it up. So yeah, I like to forget about that one.
Trying to clear the lines. The pressure's all one way at the moment. Can Manchester City turn the possession into an opportunity? Bishop's pass, Taylor in the clear. Murphy comes out. Penalty. The young teenage keeper came charging out He gets a booking for his troubles. A lovely weighted pass by Bishop. Taylor trying to get away from Murphy, and no question it was a penalty. Can Kevin Horlock keep up his 100% record? Yes, he can. And Manchester City deservedly take the lead at Prenton Park. Whitley, Dickoff, no offside. Well, the flag went up, it went down. There's confusion, the players are looking across, and the free kick was taken and then picked up. What is going on? It's a comedy of errors, but the upshot of it all is that Tranmere are playing on, and wait a minute, they're in the clear. Here's Allison! Another penalty. Well, Dermot Gallagher sends Kevin Horlock off, does he? Yes. One definite thing is that Tranmere have a penalty. So Alan Mahon, can he do what Kevin Horlock has done already? He can. Weaver gets right, but it's 1-1.
Michael Johnson. And now Andy Johnson, to try and shrug off Richard Jobson. Adebola and McCarthy waits. Johnson hits it! Well pushed away by Weaver. McCarthy. And Rowett's got forward, and he's free! And Weaver denies him this time with his boot. Kennedy with a corner. Header away was by Rowett. This is Alan Johnston, taken over by Granville. Kennedy's delivery. Oh, it's a good header and a goal for Richard Jobson, his second of the season. And Manchester City score in the second minute of the second half.
City have very rarely expressed themselves in the half, and Mark Kennedy has not had his normal influence on the game. Perhaps an opportunity to change it now. Put through by Dickoff, looking across, and it's in, and who is it? It's Edghill! Richard Edghill! Of all the players, he's never scored for Manchester City before. And the man who had the confidence to put the penalty away in the shootout at Wembley finally gets one in open play. Gota's flick. Now Dickoff. Oh, that's great skill. He's getting away from the Blackburn defence. Daly, penalty. Christian Daly's challenge on Paul Dickoff. The referee so close to make that decision. In truth, there might even have been a question as to whether it was a sending off offence. So Kevin Horlock against John Phelan. Oh, good save. Great save by the Australian. Kennedy gives the signal. Whitley! That wraps it up.
Edghill. Dickoff. Oh, wonderful touch from Paul Dickoff. Gota and Horlock in the centre. It's Horlock! Power personified. Well, that will make up for his penalty miss against Blackburn Rovers at the weekend. Tremendous skills, wicked imagination from Dickoff. A real blast from Horlock. There was no stopping him. Even Mark Kennedy couldn't catch him on the celebrations here. Venus. Jamie Clapham with a good cross. Oh, Skoltroff with a header. And it's turning into a one-man show from Nicky Weaver. Gareth Taylor. Richard Wright with a fingertip touch, wanting to be outdone by his England number 21 rival at the other end of the field. Throw from Croft. Skoltroff to Naylor. Ipswich took about 6 players in and around the penalty area. Really threatening, pushing for the equaliser. Comes down and there's a great chance here. Oh, and that's the best save of many from Nicky Weaver. Venus. Scowcroft battling away. Oh, Storm from Ipswich Town. Troff's cross, headed down by Naylor. Off the bar. Oh, what a fantastic reflex save from Nicky Weaver. Croft with a shot. Naylor flies in. And the whole of Main Road rejoices to the name of Nicky Weaver.
Emma to take the free kick. So with ahead of everyone, it reaches the far post, and Martin Foyle gets his second goal against Manchester City this campaign. Swept out to Kennedy. Good turn from Kennedy, good support from Granville. In towards Phillips, and it's gone in! Phillips will claim it. It looked as though the last touch was from Gardner. Kennedy to take the corner. Granville! It's been coming! As City progressed, Nicky Weaver's career was cartwheeling. Rave reviews, astonishing saves, and those in the know predicting the international stage was beckoning, plotting the meteoric rise of City's #1.
I can't believe the progress I've made in such a short space of time. When I first come into the team, I was very raw and I needed a lot of work doing, but I feel as though I'm learning every week, and I hope that continues for the next few years.
Nicky's had a fantastic season. He's just carried straight on from last year. He's kept on improving, and for a young goalkeeper, just 21, he shows maturity beyond his years.
You know, they always say a keeper can, you know, is worth a really good keeper is worth 15 points to you, and he's certainly saved us that points this season. And obviously, the Ipswich game at home, I've never seen a goalkeeping display like it.
I shouldn't be saying this, I get hammered for this. I actually let the defender run past me, and in my head I can hear the gaffer going mad, and Weaves just pulled off a great save because it was 0-0 as well, and that. So, yeah, cheers, Weaves.
I think there was a double save late on, last couple of minutes, where, you know, it had all Ipswich players shaking their heads in disbelief.
We've had to have a little word with him for outrageous celebrations. He had a spell when he was doing cartwheels, and I'm sure there are times if people throw a cigar at him, he'd readily put that in his mouth, but I put that down to the exuberance of youth. He's a really nice kid.
But he's been like a dad to me, really. Ever since I come in the team, he keeps pulling me to one side and saying, you're doing well, and puts his arm around me and stuff, which is, I think that the best thing about the gaffer is he knows some people need to be shouted at, some people need to be like comforted, if you like, and other people need to have nothing said to them, and he knows what players need what, and he does that well.
I pulled one off against Walsall right to death, not too dissimilar to the one that Gordon Banks pulled off against Pele.
He got down to his left and he just tipped it away, it just bounced in front of him, and it was going in the corner, and he just tipped it around the post, and it was about 3 or 4 minutes to go, and it's a fantastic save.
I think the best save I made all season was one against Walsall, and we drew 1-1 at home, and the lad's coming on the back post and headed it, and I've just managed to flick it away, and it's gone round the post, and that saved us a point.
Yeah, Bishop, who's caught with the ball stuck at his feet. Now Bradbury, who's beaten the City defence, and Weaver, and Lee Bradbury scores at his return to Main Road. Target. Now Wright Phillips. Applause from the City fans for the youngster. Kennedy cuts inside. Blocked by Pedersen and put away by Whitley. And again, City are on a roll. Bradbury all fired up. His return to Main Road. Here's a chance for Claridge. The goal's unguarded by Granville. And now Thorgerson. And the Viking equalises for Portsmouth. Pollock. Kennedy. Demon crosser of a ball, point proven. And that's in Taylor territory. Kennedy again. There goes Taylor again. Same combination, same result. City 3-2 up, 2 goals in 3 minutes. Portsmouth seem to have lost their will. City going for the fourth. It's Pollock, determined run. 4-2, right at the death.
Steiner. He's back. Tackle from Pollock. Steiner was trying to turn it back into the path of the man behind him, and Barraclough shot will reach Kiwomya, and Queen's Park Rangers will score. Whitley. Towards Jobson. Flick on was by Peacock, and now Horlock. A great goal from Manchester City. And the celebration that says, well done, Kevin Horlock.
Whitley, full of confidence. Oh, that's a good shot, which required an excellent touch from Dean Cayley. Horlock's corner. Positive defending from Charlton. Horlock is going to get a second attempt at it. There's Gota! He doesn't miss those. He's 8th of the season, and by far the most crucial so far. Pringle. Support on his left from Kinsella. Space for a shot. Oh, that's an excellent shot. Wants to Pringle again. Oh, I suppose you could say that Pringle pranged it. The shot before it required an excellent save from Nicky Weaven.
Put in by Tiata. Wants to come across from left to right, brings in Edgehill. Rain still sheeting down Main Road. Here's Taylor with a header! And it's crept inside the far post from Gareth Taylor. Horlock's corner. There's fizz on it, and Gota's on the end. And it's 2-0. Ignat. Appleby. Shipley almost in, and Thomas dispatches the rebound home, and Barnsley are back in the game. Ball by Granville. It's over everyone's head. Gota. Still Gota. Oh, that's lovely play from Gota. Now Whitley. And now Horlock. Great goal.
It's one of those typical top-of-the-table nip-and-tuck matches. Wynard heads away. Terry Cook. Oh, that was heading for the top corner. Classy save from Nico Batson. Kenny Irons. Now Jenkins. Chris Beach. Powerful header and a crucial goal.
The Huddersfield disappointment was soon offset by the addition of Robert Taylor. City's #1 nemesis at Wembley was finally Division 1 bound. The seemingly never-ending transfer saga concluded. Gillingham's grip on their prized asset finally released.
Well, it's just been going on for so long, and I've just got my mindset on coming here. It's a big club, and you know, for Joe to persist all that time with me, you know, I'm going to return the favour to him, and I've, you know, just think the club's brilliant.
He's a different kind of striker. I mean, we have lots of energy, we have pace, we have lads who are scoring goals, but we didn't have what I would call an out-and-out goal thief, and Bob has proved that he is that. You know, he does score goals.
Naylor. Sinton. Emblen's header! And Akinboy is there to follow up! Here's Granville. Cleared by Naylor. Back in from Kennedy, and Taylor's in here!
Almost a dream start for Robert Taylor.
Here's Sinton. Akinboy. Sinton coming into the box. And the shot is in from Michael Branch. Speakins. Muscat charging in against Horlock. It was the Manchester City player who won it. Breaks off Gota. Kennedy delivers, and right across for Gota, who pulls one back. And is the City revival now on? Akinbaye. Pulled across to Branch. Doubles his personal tally on his home debut, and Wolves are 3-1 up. And Paisley here could finish them off. He's got Muscat in there. And Kevin Muscat, surely now, has finally floored the First Division leaders. It's Wolves 4, Manchester City 1.
County are working very, very hard now. Can Kennedy exploit a rare opening? Good chance, and almost a goal from Ian Bishop. Jobson coming forward. Always a threat from set pieces, the big centre half. And it's aimed at him, and he got the header in as well. Beacons! 1-0. It's his first of the season. Space for Allen to try and pick out the ball. Punched away by Weaver, real chance for Dinning, and off the post, and then turned in on the rebound. And of all people to put it in, it is Alan Bailey. Granville retreats. Now Weaver. Trying to get the better of Allen, he's lost out. There's no offside, is there? Oh, there's a push, was there? I think the assistant signalled a penalty, and Stockport County have a chance to win the game. Tony Dinning puts it into the back of Nicky Weaver's goal. 3 successive league defeats was a worrying trend, but the FA Cup offered immediate diversion, a chance to rediscover the winning habit at lowly Chester.
City having to come to terms with the rather confined space of the Diva Stadium. Horlock. Hesitance in the Chester defence, which is pounced upon by Sean Gota. Darren Wright. Now Nicky Richardson, and Chester City, the bottom side in the Nationwide League, equalise against Manchester City, second in the First Division. Gota. Edge Hill's cross, it's a very good one, and that's a fantastic header from Ian Bishop. Breathing space for Manchester City. Kennedy. The defenders, he's won a free kick, which he takes very quickly. Horlock centre, Gota's header, 3-1. Chester City really beginning to wilt now. Jobson, and a nasty deflection off Doty. The victory complete. Commiserations for Chester.
He was trying to pick out Jobson, but he'll get a second go. Maybe he'll go alone. And it's missed by the goalkeeper and turned in by Jamie Pollock. Pollock enjoys it. Taylor. Gota. Tries to find his new strike partner. And it's gone in. Unbelievable. Well, Frank Talley has had a nightmare, but Robert Taylor doesn't mind. It's his first goal for his new club. In truth, this has been a stroll for Manchester City. Just a matter of how many. Pollock, Taylor, Gota, number 3. It's easy now.
Here's Gota, Chiato. And Gota slipping it through, a great opening for Danny Granville! And And right in front of the jubilant City fans, Granville scores.
Well, with Kennedy going off, it was important that Granville gallops forward. Down that left-hand side, beautiful ball from Gota, but the finish is excellent. Right into the side netting, across the goalkeeper Miller. A fine finish. Any striker would be proud of that one.
Teato with a flick, and Gota is onside here. Played on by Sigurdsson, and it's 2-0.
Well, Rob, Albion fans are furious. Absolutely furious with this decision. That's what it means to them, top of the league. Gota, I thought maybe just dilly-dallied it. Just delayed it slightly. There. Sigurdsson put his hand up. Just when you thought he'd over it, delayed it.
Another Gota goal, its provider Danny Teato, at last beginning to fulfil the potential Joe Royle had always seen. The diminutive Aussie growing in stature.
Basically just, went back home, had a good think about what I had to do, and just got back here with a lot of confidence, after playing a couple of games, which worked out quite well, and basically confidence was really high. Every time I play, I always give 110%, but I'm back out of challenges, and I think that's what the crowd like. I'm just a committed 110%, which, I think I've got them all on my side.
Do you know the chant?
Hey, I've heard of it, yeah. I wouldn't want to sing it.
Going to take the free kick. Good win by Jobson. Now Gota. Now Bishop. And here's Horlock. Tries the shot! And what a shot! Kevin Horlock. A brilliant finish. Bishop's pass. Horlock's goal. Charged down well by Pollock. Now Gota. And still. Good save from Coyne. Keeping Sean Gota out. Leicester. He's been tricky all afternoon, Jack Leicester. He's going all the way. He gives it to Caldicott. And Caldicott equalises for Grimsby. They're pressing and they're pressing. They just can't find the all-important winner. Maybe Grant can. Great save by Coyne. And the debutant nearly had himself a goal. Jobson now. The Manchester City fans desperate for a winner. Here's Horlock. And they've got one! Kevin Horlock! Stoppage time!
And so the final table of the 20th century made pleasant reading. Top, 4 points clear. It was a happy new year.
Bishop. Pollock to Taylor. Excellent move by Manchester City. Superbly finished off by Lee Crooks. His first goal of the season, City's first goal of the millennium. Beacons. It's a nasty bounce. Now Rodney Jack for Crewe. And he forces home the equaliser.
And then he put it back to the corner taker Kennedy. Gota! Goal for Manchester City, a flying start for Joe Royle's team inside 2 minutes. It's 1-1. Ian Hart's deflected header. A smashing start in the City side of Manchester. And here's Bishop. Oh, great goal! Yeah. Manchester City are back in front, and that had absolutely no doubts about it. We were right behind it. It was arrowing beyond Nigel Martin and all his capabilities.
Well, let's make the FA Cup goal of the weekend, Martin. It's a pretty good header. But what a strike this is. He can't pass the ball, we know that about Ian Bishop. He has got lovely feet, but that, I doubt, will be better for as long as he plays. Beautifully struck across Nigel Martin. And even the England goalkeeper, helpless. What a start we've had to this football match.
Leeds make it 2-2, they're going in. It's forced over the line. Smith ended up in the net, and I think he was responsible for the ball going there. And Smith in again, stopped by Weaver's foot. Kewell following it up, wonderful save by Weaver. Right a bit. And Wilcox able to come onto it again. And it's 3-2 to Leeds, Harry Kewell. Wilcox. Kewell wants it cut back. And here's Bowyer! Oh, what about that for wrapping up the fourth goal for Leeds United? It may well have wrapped up the tie. Still got Huckabee. Whitley trying to get there with him. Kewell waiting for number 5 for Leeds United.
Robert Taylor. And Gota this time is onside, and Edgehill is coming up and gets it across to him, and Gota scores! From being under pressure at one end, City break at the other. Gota really appreciates the service there laid on for him by Edgehill.
Wow, fabulous move, Brevitt. I thought Brevitt was going to get here. Brevitt, who missed the match midweek, goes down in a heap. Gota all alone, Edgehill does remarkably well. And what a quality finish this is.
And Grant has set Manchester City away. It's Sean Gota, it's 2 against 2. Coleman, did he handle it on the edge of the area? And it was right on the edge. And Paul Bracewell's team down to 10 men. It's Horlock with a free kick. Granville was in there, Gota was as well! And he gets his second, Manchester City's second, and surely now a vital 3 points.
Well, it's a good striker's goal, this is. For the second half, Gota's hardly had the ball. But he's on his toes, he's alert.
It's Teato's corner, it's Jobson's header, and it was pushed out, but Gota devours the rebound and does complete his hat-trick.
Well, he's going to be going home with a bottle of champagne and the yellow match ball. And the third goal, you don't get much easier than this. He's worked hard. His first goal was a great strike. His second one, agility. But what about this one? Can't believe his luck, and punishes Fulham.
Jobson. It's Taylor. Now Gota. Ian Bishop forces it through towards Teato. A foul by Finnan, it's a penalty. And Fulham's miserable afternoon takes another turn for the worst. Horlock has scored 4 penalties already this season. A little stop in the run-up. And he scores to make it 4-0.
Here comes Horlock for City. Fine try, the best moment of the half. So Kozluk has the chance to knock one across here. And a shooting opportunity. And a goal from all people, Michael Brown. He filled him with the left boot. Rodgers with a second attempt now to the far post. Partially headed clear by Veekins. Now Friedman. Bart Williams on the edge of the area. Firing in the shot. Oh, magnificent! Gota. There's Taylor now. Looking to get the shot if he can. The keeper came and Taylor buries it. It's a rare goal in City colours. But another chunk of that investment has paid off. City back in the game after 32 minutes. All down to Taylor. Gota's header. And Gota looking for the return pass. Oh, it might be an easy goal here for Sean Gota. And my word, have City struck back. A goal down, but then 2 goals in 3 minutes. The second supplied by leading scorer Sean Gota, and now they're ahead. City again attacking, looking for their 3rd goal of the afternoon. Kennedy delivers. Oh, and there is the 3rd goal. And that just about wraps it up. Probably another nail in Forest's coffin.
Those 2 goals took Gota's tally into the 20s for the 2nd successive season. A breathtaking achievement for the hungriest striker with the most voracious of appetites.
I know my game, and I know that, you know, I sort of come to life when he bowls in and around the box.
He came here for 400,000 and he's averaging better than a goal every 2 games. And it's a long time since the City striker's got in excess of 25 goals. He's been absolutely brilliant.
I'm always willing to learn, and what I like is the gaffer. He always pulls me aside and says, here's a bit of advice, and I'm pleased with that, and that's the reason why I signed here as well.
Feed the goat and he will score. Feed the goat and he will score.
It's great. I love it. It makes me laugh every time I hear it.
It's funny because it starts becoming embarrassing in training. You know, you're in training and, you know, and you score a goal in training and the lads will say, feed the goat, and, you know, you just like, leave it out, will you?
Absolute man of the season, if not man of the last season and a half.
I think that acceptance from the fans is the final, you know, the final touch for him. He deserves that.
He's proved that if you do feed the goat, he'll get the goals.
Away by Jobson. Gota. Dickoff. Kennedy. Flowing football. Kennedy's going on the rampage here. Great ball in, and Gota! How many times has Mark Kennedy provided a goal this season? And how many times has it been for Sean Gota? Now what's this? I don't think Kennedy knows. Really haven't had many opportunities at all, Norwich, but Ewan Roberts has given him an equaliser. Roberts again. Has really been Norwich's only threat. Veekins tries to keep him at bay. Horlock's there as well. And Weaver stretches out the fingers to deny Ewan Roberts. Fantastic save. Oh, that was going in the corner. Bishop. Forced to go backwards. Norwich have worked so hard throughout the contest. Veekins forward. It's over Dickoff. Won't reach Gota. Will reach Kennedy! And Manchester City are in front, and Mark Kennedy has his first goal since August. Veekins ball in. A sandwich, really. It broke off the back of 3 defenders, and Kennedy smashed it in. There's a different atmosphere now at Main Road. Mark Kennedy's goal, and Manchester City are back in the lead, and Kennedy's in again, maybe, and he's won it. 2 in a minute for Mark Kennedy.
Gota. This is Gorey. And Vinehart here, clearly onside and curling it in! A beautiful goal! Edgehill. And Moncao has misjudged the bounce, and Sean Gota has stolen an equaliser for Manchester City on the brink of half-time.
Now Kevin Harper for Walsall. There's plenty of support. Here's Pedro Matthias. Oh, and a wicked deflection off Edgehill is celebrated by Matthias as Walsall score the first goal. Wonderful pass. Overlapping run from Edgehill. And confusion. Taylor batters the goalkeeper. And it's finished off by Sean Gota. The finesse from Gota after Taylor did all of the hard work. Now the Walsall defence beginning to work overtime. Kennedy, great cross. Bishop's header somehow kept out by James Walker. So for all of the heavyweights up there, that's a great header, but that is a top-class save from Nicky Weaver to keep out flat shots.
City really have started brightly, but you'd think they'd have to turn this pressure into a goal. Here's a man who can do that, Kennedy. Good effort! Turned away by Digby. City are getting closer. Edgehill, good ball. Now Pollock. Roared on. Kennedy. Tries one! Digby couldn't get near that. Hands-on head time for Kennedy. Not over though. Tiato's retrieved it in the corner. And here's Taylor! And at last Manchester City's pressure is rewarded. It's going to be Franchi High, the likeliest. And he strikes one! And that is why Nicky Weaver is one of the most highly rated young keepers anywhere in the country. This corner flicked on and put in right on the line. And Clinton Morrison tells everybody who got it.
So it's going to be Langley to take the free kick. And he does. Oh, and it's spun nastily out of the hands of Nicky Weaver. And it's gobbled up by Chris Kiwomya. Nicole Beck. Now Barraclough. Oh, it took a deflection. Weaver's lost it, and it's put in by Stuart Wardley. Back again. Kiwomya. Seems to be full of confidence now. Was he fouled? Did he fall? The referee thinks it's a penalty. Beck to make it 3-0, and he slices it home beautifully. Jobson, everybody forwards for City. Here's Bishop. Not by the defender. Kennedy. Whitley. Oh, goal of the night, but in the 84th minute, isn't really going to count for much.
That's a clever free kick, which Curtis comes onto and scores from. Tinkler has played it directly into the path of Hignett, who can make it two. Craig Hignett gives Barnsley a precious goal. Up it goes from Weaver, and it's gone through for Mills, and might get a shot in here. Lee Mills turns it across, it might go in, it is, it's a goal for Manchester City. A curious goal as well.
Edgehill, the captain, to take the throw in. And here's Sean Gota, who really has had the Midas touch in goal scoring terms. Taylor! Kennedy's kick. Jamie Pollock! Wonderful save! Bishop. And he's played Gota in. Wonderful goal! Well, did he mean it? He doesn't care. They don't care. It's the goal their weight of pressures deserve, but at one stage it never looked like coming.
Wow, from one end to the other, I think he just tries to knock this towards goal. That hits the outside of his right foot. I don't, you know, it's got to be some strike to score here with power. That doesn't happen. It hits the outside of his boot and sails over Kylie. The City fans, 30-odd thousand, don't care. That finds the top corner. Kylie beaten. City 1-0.
Robinson, and it took a deflection, and Weaver stood looking at it and could do nothing about it as Charlton get level.
Granville with a header. Kennedy looking. Gota. Kennedy. Chance now to stretch the legs out. Doesn't have too many targets. Taylor's pulled away to the far side, however. Here is Taylor, headed back, and the goal. Jamie Pollock gives Manchester City the lead. Kennedy. Fradin. No offside. Now here is the one-on-one opportunity Moore was looking for. And that's the result. Gibb to swing it in. And it's gone in, and the pressure has finally told. And it's Mike Flynn. Jobson's header! Great save. Edgehill. Little dummy, Gota, Edgehill, looking for and finding the net! Richard Jobson! Cometh the hour, cometh the 36-year-old!
We've still got a great chance. We've still got a great chance, but we need to win the game. We need to break that spell. We need to get out of this sort of drawing and losing spell. And I'm amazed we're still there, the run we've had, but we are, and that's a good omen.
There's plenty of points to play for. You know, 9 games to go. It's whoever holds the nerve, the most, is obviously going to get promotion, I would have thought.
7 games without a win, decisive action required. The addition of Premiership steel in the shape of Spencer Pryor, a deadline day masterstroke from the boss.
George Santos hits and hopes, and there's always hope when Lee Hughes is on the end of it. Very dangerous attacker. Oh, as he proves! What a top-class goal from Lee Hughes. Wicket taken quickly. West Brom struggling, and Mark Kennedy scores with the elements of surprise. Only 1 or 2 Manchester City fans daring to leave the ground. Were deep into stoppage time. Everybody up there in a light blue shirt. Tony Grant with a shot, and again. West Brom defending for their lives, though not very adequately at the moment. Now Dickhoff taking on the West Brom defence. No lacking in confidence or guile, and Gota scores! And the 7-game run without a win looks like it's going to come to the end in dramatic fashion.
Pryor. City are so on top, it's surely a matter of time, but Swindon have been dogged in defence, if not offering much up front, and Dickhoff picks out Gota! Well, the chant, feed the goat and he will score. And he's gobbled up another. Edgehill, Dickhoff. Good running off the ball too by Whitley. Real chance for Whitley. Sets up Kennedy. Oh, he enjoyed that one.
Southampton showing no real signs of tiredness after their semi-final just 3 days ago. A long way to go in this match, though. Dickoff getting to dance. There's a great chance for Horlock. He repays the faith of the manager, recalling him after 7 games out. And he's back with a goal. Kennedy's corner. Hesitant defending. Here's Dickoff! And he's finding his golden touch at the most telling of times. Kennedy swinging it in. It's Jobson and then it's Pryor! Spencer Pryor opens his Manchester City account just before half-time. Chasing it. Gota's won a free kick as well. That's why he never gives up on what seems a lost cause. He's taken the free kick quickly, and there's Horlock, and now Dickoff! And Manchester City are 2 up. Quick thinking, rewarded. Sean Gota took it in a hurry. Gota again. Good tackling back from the centre forward. Now Bishop. No offside. Mark Kennedy. Number 3. Took it so casually. Lovely ball from Bishop. Offside trap, well, it was nowhere to be seen. And Kennedy, well, it was easy. Aimed at Johnson. Have to retrieve. Paul exchanging passes with Bishop. Little flick from Dickoff, the return from Gota! Quality goal! And Manchester City's afternoon is complete.
Well taken goals and another clean sheet, 3 in a row. Coming right at the right time of the year. The changes have helped us. Spencer Pryor's give us extra height and pace at the back. And Gerard Vikings in midfield's been a revelation. So at the moment, football's a nice game.
Oh, this club's going to be in the Premier League, so there's no doubt about it. Just depends when, really. Everything's Premier League bar the football. So if we keep working the way we are, then hopefully we'll get the rewards we deserve.
Pryor's addition was proving decisive. Indeed, the former Derby man would never be on the losing side. As well as the injection of pace and organisational skills, he was proving to be a lucky charm, with the extra bonus of timely goals. Just 6 minutes gone at Grimsby Town, and despite the distraction of flying arms, his bravery earned its reward, City's newest hero increasing his popularity. But despite early dominance and against a side without a goal in weeks, Pryor and co were helpless to prevent an equaliser. Alan Powton reminding the Blues that promotion just has to be earned.
Tiato. Mighty clearance. And lets it go for goalkeeper Joe Murphy, who hesitates. Now a chance for Gota. Oh, and he takes it. Goal number 28 of the season. Gota was there when opportunity knocked. Beacons hits it long. Hill misdirects his clearance to the wrong man. Mark Kennedy, great cross, superbly taken by Whitley. And I think we're right in saying the Premiership is now well within Manchester City's sights.
This has to be one of the best seasons for playing at home. I've always said from the start of the season that playing at home, you can't beat it now. You really can't. It's you know, you so look forward to playing at home because of the atmosphere, the energy of the fans, and you know, the lads can feel it.
And Pryor, Spencer Pryor, another crucial goal from the man who really has sparked Manchester City since his arrival last month. Taylor, City fans still in great voice since that opener. They have every right to feel happy. And Taylor will make them even happier. Robert Taylor, 2-0. Manchester City just want the half-time whistle to blow. into added time. And for the most part, they've restricted Portsmouth to just long-range efforts. Now, what's happening here? He's given a penalty. Handball against Robert Taylor. And if anything, he's looking to put his arm away. The ultimate irony, it's Lee Bradbury, and he's punished his former club, and Weaver could do nothing about it. Etcher. He's lost out. Here's Kerry Hughes. And here's Lee Bradbury. And with what? 8 minutes to go, Portsmouth are celebrating.
Here's Whitley. Robert Taylor bearing down on Darren Pearce. Can he take it all the way through? It's fallen for Sean Gota! Horlock's the taker. Chopson was in there, and Taylor! And the man who almost denied Manchester City promotion a year ago with Gillingham, this year puts them a step closer to the Premiership. There's been a check on the watch.
Unbelievable. Wembley last, you think back to Wembley, Gillingham, unbelievable.
Manchester City are almost there. Joe Royle's team are 1 point away from securing a return to the Premiership. And although they appealed for fans not to come onto the pitch, there was a natural explosion of jubilation at the end. They are so delighted, having been through so many troubled times here, that they're on the brink of getting back to the Premiership, that as a natural outpouring of celebration, they have just raced onto the main road turf in what surely now has been their last home game of the season. They're not absolutely certain of getting there. A stumble by Ipswich tomorrow or a point against Blackburn next week will make absolutely certain of it. But they're in a mood to celebrate.
The City fans' spontaneous gratitude for an unbelievable season was easy to understand. Outsiders, though, cynically suggesting that the promotion party had prematurely begun, particularly when Ipswich then won at Charlton. So typically, it was to go to a final day drama, and the demand to be there far outweighed the supply. City fans drawn to Blackburn, any vantage point will do.
Good, aren't they?
I think there's going to be about 15,000 Blues here. I think there might be more Blues outside the ground, can't get a ticket, but we're going to do it today. We're going to do it big time.
2-0 to the Blues today, both by the goats.
2-0. We'll win 2-0. I think there'll be 3 own goals and the referee will score a penalty in the 93rd minute.
Not bothered as long as Blackburn don't score.
Well, I don't know. Hopefully we'll win, but I don't know. I fancy a draw. The old nails will go in a bit, you know. But I don't know. We'll be all right. No problem at all. Sergio, that's if we get in. We get a ticket anyway. Hopefully you're going to give me a ticket, aren't you?
I think Gota will
yeah.
score
No,
too.
Paul Dickoff, Paul Dickoff.
No,
Gota.
Paul Dickoff.
I say Paul Dickoff.
Definitely.
Well, I like Paul Dickoff. I always say I'll take him home under my armpit, and I think he could be the one at the end of the day that really does it for us.
Taylor and Gota, they'll do it. We're going to win.
From Israel all the way. Come on, you mighty Blues. Come on.
Come on, we're going up, we're going up.
The two smallest in City's defence are winning all the headers. But here's Janssen, and somehow the goalkeeper managed to save it by sitting on it. It's Kevin Horlock, Kennedy and Gota in the box. Appeals for hands again against Flitcroft this time. It's Taylor's ball in. It's Jamie Pollock. Kennedy! Oh, Gota stretches and can't get there. Unbelievable. Dunn and Duff dealing with the corner and getting it across. Oh, the header off the ball from Brooms. What a ball in the box. The youngster towering above City defenders. Can't believe it. Matt Jansen cleared by Pryor only to David Dunn. Oh, off the bar. The second time that Blackburn have rattled the Manchester City crossbar. Ah, incredible. Ipswich fans at home sitting watching. They'll be crying. What a strike.
And here's Duff. Ward is up to his right, but there are a lot of City players back. He's done well, Duff, to get this far. Cleared by Pryor, not too far though. What a blast that was from McAteer, and Weaver keeps it out. Here's Janssen, goal! And that really has put the cat among the pigeons. Matt Janssen brings despair to Joe Royle, joy to Suffolk, and anxiety increased for all those City fans. Well, there is news to worry Manchester City fans still further. Concerned enough that their team are trailing, they are now hearing that Ipswich have scored at Portman Road through David Johnson, which will put them into second place in the table and will mean that Manchester City have to face the battle of the playoffs unless they can get an equaliser. And away goes Duff, and he's got Janssen up ahead of him and Ward darting to get there. He's got away from Bishop. It's a great run, this. Ward against Edgehill, and he's inside him. Oh, it's off the woodwork again. Here's Harkness, and it's Matt Janssen this time. Oh, again! This is extraordinary.
Oh, what a bit of skill from the little fella there. Janssen at his best, this is. This is magnificent. What about that for control?
Well, they may be trailing 1-0, but the number of times that Blackburn have hit the woodwork, you're starting to wonder, is it City's day? Here's Kennedy. Morlock has made a great run here down the channel, in towards Dickoff, and Gota! Sean Gota has got his 29th goal of the season, and from despair to delight, the City fans celebrate. Would you believe it?
Congratulations all round on the bank over there. What a view they got of Gota's 29th of the season. But this brilliant play, great build-up, but what about this ball? You can't stop that. Gota with the right foot, finds the back of the net. Fantastic. City back in it. Beautiful finish from 3 yards. Horlock's ball was a perler. Absolute brilliant. And Gota does it again for Manchester City. They can't believe it.
Edgehill. Looking for go to the goal scorer. Daly here has to be careful. And he's given them a goal. Christian Daly caught out by the position of his own goalkeeper, Alan Kelly. What a helping hand City have been given by a Blackburn defender.
Wow, what a few moments we're savouring here at Ewood Park. Unbelievable scenes. Nicky Weaver looks at the City fans behind his goal, but they're everywhere here. The celebrations are beginning.
Well, City's last two promotions from this division both went to the final day. In 1985, they thrashed Charlton 5-1 to pip Portsmouth. 4 years later, they got a point against Bradford. Dickoff here looking to secure a win, and Kennedy probably has done. Joe Royle takes the acclaim from the goal scorer, who's run half the length of the pitch to celebrate with his manager, and Nicky Weaver's cartwheel show that the celebrations now can start in earnest. Manchester City will be playing Premiership football next season. And here's Dickoff. And he's gone all the way through! And Paul Dickoff, who played such an important part in the defining moment of Manchester City's turnaround with the goal at Wembley a year ago, has crowned City's return to the Premiership. It's 4-1, and Joe Royle will be back in the big time next season. Proud moment for Joe Royle and the fans. They were written off, they were the butterball jokes after that last day relegation against Stoke a couple of years ago, when Stoke also went down with them. But they've shown great character to come back, and to come back in successive seasons to the Premiership.
It's all over.
Terry Hilbron blows the final whistle, and Manchester City have completed the climb back to the Premiership. A second successive promotion. Joe Royle getting an instant bottle of champagne, and 4 years and 2 days after they played their last Premiership match, Manchester City are back there. They're back in the promised land. They were a goal down here to a Blackburn side that hit the woodwork no less than 4 times. But Manchester City scored 4 times. Gota, a De Leon goal, Mark Kennedy and Dickoff then rounding it off for an incredible victory that typifies the character and resilience that they've shown in the last 2 years. After the trials and tribulations that they've been through in the 4 years since they were demoted from the Premiership, you can't blame them for drinking all of this in. Savouring the moment. The pitch is almost fully covered by City fans. The ones who had to watch in the greenery outside have been allowed in to join in the party. Ian Bishop, Richard Edgehill, Richard Johnson, the whole squad full of heroes in a campaign of triumph. And the hero of the hour, Joe Royle, emerges through the crowd, seen by the crowd, acknowledged as one. In the background, another old City favourite, Dennis Stewart, who was instrumental in bringing Royle to this club. And no wonder they call him Sir Joe. He wanted to do it for these fans. He knows the depth of their love for the club. The crusade back to the Premiership has been achieved.